Hi, I'm Christie, and if you're getting ready for the holidays, the last thing you want to be stressed out over are the appetizers that you might be serving at your own party or that you're taking with you to somebody else's party. So I'm going to work on some retro, easy, but like completely fan favorite appetizers today. 3 different recipes. All of them are super easy. They all involve cheese. So, I mean, that's a recipe for success in my book. So the first recipe I'm going to be making is a classic cheese ball. And basically it contains cheese, cheddar cheese, cream cheese, and mayonnaise, which in my book is the trifecta for any satisfying appetizer. If you have those 3 things in any combination, you're gonna be set, and everyone's going to be completely gaga over your appetizer. In with the cheeses. So there's the mayo. So these things are gonna give you a good base, but then I'm gonna add some Worcestershire sauce. I think that's maybe a tablespoon. Also some garlic. Whoop! Things are flying. I have some cayenne pepper and some black pepper. It's just gonna give us a nice blend of flavors. And we're pretty much done. You can see it's really soft right now. You want to lick this? Now I would just use the plastic wrap to kind of fashion this into a ball. Right now it's kind of like an unformed idea. You know, it's the promise of something wonderful, but we don't have the full shape just yet. So once you have it in a ballish shape, just wrap it up. And I'll pop this in the fridge for about 3 hours. And then we can kind of reshape it and we'll roll it in some toasted sliced almonds. The other place that you cannot go wrong is using bacon in some way. Basically anything that's wrapped in bacon is going to be a hit at your party. Now what I'm doing today, I'm making blue cheese stuffed dates that I wrap in bacon and then I bake. These are Deglet Nor dates. Kind of reddish brown, they're sticky, but they're firm. And so they'll basically hold the cheese inside and kind of stick back together once the cheese is in there. So just open it up a little bit further, just like a book, because that's where the cheese is going to go. There's not a real science to this. You're just gonna take some of your crumbles and press them inside. You want them full, but not overstuffed, because you want to be able to close them up. And they're sticky enough that they will reseal. So I'm just gonna keep stuffing, and you might not use all of the blue cheese, but really, no blue cheese is ever wasted once it's purchased. You'll just have to put it on something, you know, maybe something more redemptive like a salad.
Let's not go nuts.
This is a cook's country recipe. My friend Cecilia Jenkins developed this, and it was one of the true pleasures of our lives during the process of development, because there was no bad version of this recipe. It was just, you know, there was a more difficult or an easier version, but it was never something that we had to suffer through. So those tastings were very, very well attended. Okay, now we're ready for the bacon. So I'm just gonna cut the bacon in half crosswise. This is really difficult and challenging. I'm going to take a date, put it at the end of the bacon, roll it up really snugly, and then I'm gonna put it with the seam side down onto a wire rack that I've set inside a baking sheet that I lined with foil, because this is gonna render. We're gonna get some fat dripping down. You're gonna get some cheese dripping down, so just make it easier on yourself with your cleanup later and line it with some foil. So the first time I ever had bacon wrapped dates was at a tapas restaurant, and that was just bacon wrapped around the dates, and then it had some kind of a glazy sauce on it, which was wonderful, but you can really do pretty much anything with it. So we're gonna bake these right now, serve them with toothpicks, and you'll get to see them in a second. The third appetizer for today is spinach artichoke dip, which again has the trifecta of cream cheese, this is Gouda in this case, and, well, Parmesan, so 2 cheeses, and mayo. So, I mean, we're gonna put some spinach in there to make you feel good about yourself. So I have a couple cloves of garlic that I wanna add, but obviously I don't wanna burn them. give yourself a handful or so. And then we're just gonna cook this until it starts to wilt. Oh, it smells so good in here right now. This recipe is, I think it might have been the first recipe by Jessica Rudolph, who's on the Cook's Country team. She was very excited that I wanted to make her recipe today.
Yeah, isn't it like Cook's Country bacon is like one of the 4 food groups?
It really is. It really is. Bacon, cheese, cream, potatoes. I think that's probably it. So my cream cheese, this is just a block of cream cheese, and I did let it sit out to soften. We can't just have one kind of cheese here, so I have 3 ounces of Parm that I grated on a rasp grater, like a microplane, so it's, you know, kind of snowy. We used marinated artichokes instead of frozen artichokes. Again, kind of getting rid of some of that watery aspect, but also because marinated artichokes are easy to find and they have a lot of flavor. We got a cup of mayo here. So this is a smooth dip, and there's just no way of getting around, and why would you want to, the fact that you need a cup of mayo. And then I have a little bit of black pepper and some cayenne pepper to kind of round out the flavors. Yeah, when it comes to a dip like this, it's go hard or go home. This is not the place to, you know, shortchange yourself. Let yourself enjoy the dip in all of its cheesy, mayonnaise-y glory. That's the stuff, right? Don't you just kind of want to do a swan dive into that? So this will also go into a 400-degree oven, medium rack. So, you know, your oven's already set up to do the bacon. It's set up to do your spinach artichoke dip. You're destined to make these together. I have half a cup of sliced almonds that I went ahead and toasted. So roll this as much as you can. You're probably going to have to do a little bit to help it. It is. It's, you know, it's like making a sandcastle, or I like to cook with my hands and get my hands dirty. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you know, clean hands are one of the best tools you can work with. Once it's all ready to go, just let it sit. I have crackers. I have butterfly crackers, which always feel very retro to me. But you'll want to let it sit for about 15 minutes before you serve it. We are all set to go. So you can see we have our bacon wrapped dates, we have our classic cheese ball with some butterfly crackers, our spinach and artichoke dip, and some toast. And I had to make a punch, because if you're going retro, you have to make punch. I hope that you got a sense of how easy this is. It's more economical, and I hope it was fun for you. It was fun for me. I just wish that I had someone to share all this good stuff with.
Christie, I don't think that's going to be a problem at all.
Yay!